Today's video is brought to you by
Damn, Tim's old workbox.
This is always his.
These hard-working men, true laborers.
Welcome back to the FE32 build presented by Fiberglass. Today we're going to be building out the side pods so we can house our CSF radiators, and we're going to be priming the entire body so it's all going to be one color. Okay, before we start today's video, I want to go ahead and announce the winners of our carbon fiber, what do we call it?
Carbon fiber composites competition.
Yeah, the 4 C's. Yeah, so if you aren't aware, we have a competition where if you buy one of our DIY carbon fiber kits, either large or small, you can just enter in and just send us what you build, and we are giving away $250 gift certificates to Fiberglass to buy more product, a bunch of shirts and stuff like that, new merch that we're coming out with right now, stickers, all that good stuff. Okay, so third place is Steven Swartzentruber. He made a really cool cowl for like headlight bezel for his motorcycle. It's a very complex shape and definitely impressive, as well as like covering the gas tank for his motorcycle. So smaller stuff, but really intricate stuff, so very cool. So second place is Willem Drees. He has a ISF that he built headlight deletes, a whole bunch of small panels, a center console piece for his dash, and a front grille, upper grille for his front bumper section. All of them look really good. Super impressive. Yeah, he bought a couple kits from us, and it looks like he's put them to good use. He's got a lot of carbon fiber on his ISF, and I know those things are heavy, so probably helps a good bit. And first place prize is Brent Shanahan. He built a really cool headlight bezel, kind of like a rally style headlight bezel, but 2 parts, and he made it with a 3D printed mold and everything like that. He has a full YouTube video. We'll link him below. You can go check out the entire build that he did on it and everything. We want to give an honorable mention to Griffin DuBrule. He has built a Supra wing that he put on his BRZ, but basically like the piece that connects the two. And he's been working on it for a while, a couple of years, I think. And it's really cool just seeing the progress of like how much he's learned throughout the process and everything. And he has a video on that as well, so we'll link both of those videos for both of those. So congratulations to everybody. Make sure you put your Fiberglass gift certificates to good use, buy some good products. And again, just if you have any cool projects in the future, or if you buy a kit from us and just didn't have time to show us what you built, then just hold on to it. We're gonna do another one of these in the future, I'm sure, at least maybe later this year or something like that. It's just cool like seeing what you guys are building with this stuff, so we definitely appreciate it. And if you want a kit, go to industrygarage.com. Okay, to start our side pods, we're gonna need to cut out a little template to make sure that the inlet is even on both sides. And then we have to screw it in there and then get foaming.
long-term business. Because right now, tuck tape ain't holding it down.
Hey, what are you doing?
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
Greg and I have both been going to town on this thing for I think 8 days now, but it's all good to go. This is the aftermath. The shop is a mess. The Z is back and covered in dust, but we're getting ready. I'm gonna go ahead and prime now, and I will just catch you guys up tomorrow. Shooting an intro? Yeah. Intro to Sidepods. Is that it? Sidepods?
Yeah.
Looking good.
So how did you get to this point?
Me? A lot of sanding.
Yeah, a lot of
A lot
mud.
of hours. Yep. It's a labor of love.
Okay, so how do we really get to this point?
I think Greg's on his beer run.
Yeah, so, well, the main reason we're even building these is, well, what we're building is the back section of the side pods. And they're going to continue out over here, obviously. You've seen the renders, you know what it looks like. But we wanted to build this part by hand first before we get into the rest of the side pod stuff, because it's part of the main body. This will be removable, and we'll have the radiators inside it and stuff like that. So we started by obviously what we've been doing this entire time, just cardboarding and filling it with foam, which is really nice, and using a huge handsaw, which I ended up breaking the handle of when we were sawing it.
Oh man, went crazy.
But then same thing. I didn't show too much of it, but mudded it. Basically, just shaped it all out with 40 grit, like body filler and top coat on top of the side pod, and ran over and did the same thing to the other side. Back and forth, measuring, making sure everything's right. I made little templates for the top to make sure that they're the same. And then actually what we started with was like a little piece of wood, a little 1/8 inch piece of plywood in the front section. And I epoxied that in place, and then, actually no, I screwed that to little blocks of wood and then foamed it. So I knew that the inlet diameter, whatever, like inlet shape was exactly the same left and right. And then I made a like 10 millimeter smaller version of it out of 1/2 inch MDF. So we have a little lip for the side pods to sit on. And I'll be able to put rib nuts in this so it can bolt to this. And then this will be cut out for the airflow to go. And it's just gonna channel in here and go out the rear and exit on top of the diffuser.
So what are you gonna be placing anything inside that area?
In this area?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing radiators. Doing 2 radiators. Might be overkill, but my initial thought is to do 2 separate coolant systems, like one to do the batteries and DC-DC stuff, so I can have it running when it's charging, like charging the car, because you need to run coolant through your batteries when you're charging them up because they'll get hot. So not even when the car's on. And then the other one, the other coolant loop would run when the car's driving and the inverter and the motor start getting hot, stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm still talking with the AEM about it. We might just add them into one big loop and just have one pump and whatever. But CSF, who are bringing us to SEMA, big shout out to Robbie for believing in our project. They hooked us up with these small radiators, which we're gonna go in depth on these. We have a full episode just on these radiators and why we chose them, so I'm not gonna go into too much depth on them, other than they're small. It's the main thing. So to get a little bit more room out of this, what I ended up doing was cutting the perimeter of what was the old door out, and then leaving a little bit on the bottom so the side pod can bolt down here. And it'll essentially just bolt through here in the actual door jamb and then around the bottom too. But we should have just enough room to fit the radiators, probably like this. This is actually the way that F1 cars have their radiators oriented. If we need to, we could always run them back like this, but one way or the other, we're gonna get it in here angled. But by offsetting this and then taping and foaming and filling this whole section, it gives us more room width-wise to fit this radiator. So the side pod should come out just wide enough and then taper back in while we have our radiators tucked inside, and then we can just pull them off if we need to service anything.
That's smart.
These have little mounts for a small fan that mounts on the back of it. Like a shroud kind of built into it, so it's really just set to go.
Go out there, show them what a real truck looks like.
He has returned from his beer run 1 week later.
Xavier and I are staying until 12 o'clock tonight, getting these videos done. But we are staying until 12.
Drift week prep.
Very last minute.
To get the laptop close to the
To the car.
E132,